Hi, girls. Welcome back. As you can see, today's episode is not in the studio. I moved. I'm so excited. If you know me or if you've been watching the podcast for a little while now, you will know that I've been talking about moving for so freaking long. Okay, first of all, before I get into the whole move and today's episode, my cats are in the back. They're in here somewhere. They're creating ruckus and being cats, and they're having a little too much fun. Oh my god, speak of the devil. Zoe! Zoe! I feel like I should just get them out now before they piss me off, but I don't know. Come here! Hold up. Say hi to the pod. This is the most chaotic episode ever. But I moved, okay? So it's gonna be a little chaotic. Now, obviously, the studio is now set up. I moved Sunday and it's only been a couple days. So everything's still boxed up and crazy, but I still wanted to get out an episode. I missed last week because I was in the process of moving and packing and all that stuff. But let's get into today's episode, okay? Like I said a million times now, if you didn't hear it in the first 30 times, I moved and I'm so happy. I've been wanting to move for so many months now, and I've been planning where I was gonna move and looking at houses and doing so many. You're killing the flow here. Doing so many moving things. This is all that's been consuming my brain for months, and I think it's consumed my brain so much to the point where I stopped paying so much attention to the pod and my career and everything else that's going on with me, because if you wanted a sign not to get a cat, let Zoe be your inspo, okay? Let Zoe be the reason why. Jesus Christ. Muchacha, please. But anyways, it has been consuming my brain so freaking much that I haven't been able to think about anything else. And, I had so many plans for the pod, and, life always laughs at your plans, and I never really understood that until now that I'm more grown, and I keep making plans and I love a good notebook and I love plotting, and life just always kind of showed me how much you can't really plan everything out. And especially with this move, I didn't think it was going to be consuming so much of my energy and so much of my mental power and inspiration. All of my inspo and fun and drive has been going towards moving. And now that I'm here, I can finally disperse my energy, eggs into all my baskets. It feels good. It feels amazing to be here. That's all I wanted for so long. That's all I even wanted for my birthday. I usually have so many plans for my birthday because I'm a girl, and on top of that I'm a Leo, and so my birthdays are so special and important to me, and I always need my birthdays to feel grand and I did so much. And this year, everybody was asking me, my friends and my family and my boyfriend, okay, what are we gonna do for your birthday? What's the vibe? And I'm I don't know. All I want to do is move, and all I want to do right now is kick Zoe out of this room. Hold up, I'm gonna kick her out. Okay, you guys say bye. So, I was saying, that's all I really wanted to do. And every time people would ask me, what do you want to do? Where you want to go? What are we doing? I'm I don't know. I don't want to do anything that's not moving. I just want to move. I want to move. I want to move. Even though my lease isn't up until September 31st, I couldn't think of anything else to do for my birthday because it's all I wanted to do was move. I had no other desires in my brain. I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to go somewhere nice out to eat. I just wanted to be packing and moving boxes on my birthday, as crazy as that sounds. And it didn't happen specifically like that, but before my birthday happened, I did sign the lease to the house, and I got to be basking in that energy and knowing that I was gonna move. And we went shopping for stuff for the house during my birthday, and it still felt like I was moving during my birthday, which is so good. I was really so happy. I moved in a month early before my lease is over, so this month I'm literally living here, and I could be living in my old apartment because you get what I'm saying. The timelines crossed, but it still ended up working out perfectly. I can believe first of all, I can't believe that I'm in here because I wanted it so bad and I manifested it and we worked so hard and now we're here. And, anyways, enough about the fact that I'm in here. You get it. I moved in. I'm so excited. And before I moved in, I told you girls on the last episode, which was like 2 weeks ago, that I had decided to delete my social media. And this episode's gonna be like an update about how that's went, what it's taught me so far, and kind of how it's like played into where I am in life right now, and kind of just like it with the moving and everything just kind of blended into like this new like awakening in a sense. So after I deleted my social media, well, even before I deleted it, I had kind of been already mainly off of it because it was like my birthday week. And so when I deleted it, it didn't feel as much of like a, I don't know, like a shocking feeling because I had already weaned off of it a pinch and whatever. So I deleted it, and at first it was weird. Like your fingers and stuff. Oh, sorry, hold up. I'm like so uncomfy. I don't even have a seat. I have like a little cushion. Oh. At first, like my fingers still wanted to like go on the app, but because there was no apps on my phone, I just felt like, okay, like what do I even do on my phone? Like it felt like my phone had no purpose. Like I don't know. I feel like I was walking around with like a calculator or something. Like there was no point for this phone. Like I couldn't go on TikTok. I couldn't go on Instagram. And it just felt like so freaking boring, especially when like I was doing tasks that I always habitually had assigned for social media, like using the bathroom. Like I would always just like, okay, like this is a good time to scroll, like two birds, one stone. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, what do I do now? Like, what do I like? What do I do? Especially, or like when there would be like any buffer periods. So let's say like my man is like running into the store to grab something. I'm not getting out the car. I would naturally just like open the apps or something to like keep myself entertained for the 2 minutes that it will take him to come back to a car. And I feel like everybody does this, and we don't really like, I don't know, label it as like bad or harmful. But if you really notice how many times throughout the day you like open these apps unintentionally, just like out of habit and out of addiction, you kind of realize like just how sick we are. And it's so much more often. You really don't know how much you open them until you like can't, until you're like in the place or in that moment where you naturally would open it during the day and you can't. It's like, shit, like, damn, do I really open it this much? It feels like internally embarrassing. Now, the other thing that I really noticed is how disconnected I felt from society. And this part really had its pluses and its minuses. So I felt like I was missing out on like the culture. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know any tea. I don't know any like fun stuff, any bad stuff. Like, I don't know any like what's happening. Like, and I had to delete it like right after like the very demure, very cutesy thing kind of started happening. So I'm like, in my head, that's like the last cool thing I know. Like, I don't know anything. I haven't seen a meme. I haven't seen a funny video. I haven't seen a sad video. I haven't seen anything. And, or like anybody post. And it felt like, okay, like what if my friends think I hate them because I'm not like interacting with them? And I'm like, girl, grow up. Like nobody even probably has realized that you deleted these apps off your phone. Like the lack of your comment or like on somebody's story or post isn't like that noticeable to anyone. Like nobody's thinking about like, why hasn't Wendy liked this? Nobody's thinking that. But in my brain, like it feels like everybody knows. Like everybody's like, damn, like where is she? Even though I know nobody like knew. Because it's not like I like disactivated my Instagram. I just like deleted the accounts, like the apps, whatever. So I'm like, okay, nobody knows. But in your brain, it feels like everybody knows and everybody's like, ew, like where are you? And so it kind of just shows you like how self-centered you are and how dependent we are for like social validation or just to even be included in like social environments. And I understand as like humans, because we are like pack animals and we thrive in like social environments, that cutting myself off of like society in a sense, because we live through an online society now, like cutting myself off from that in a sense is removing myself from that social connection that I need to be making as a human. Oh my God, the thunder is going crazy outside. Okay, that's how my brain felt when I couldn't like participate. That's exactly how I felt. That's dramatic. I felt like, oh my God, like I don't know, like what am I doing? Now, the positives of being removed from society, I really started to notice how many of the things that I think that I care about, I only care about it because of my social status. Like something as small as like clothes or like shoes or even like buying furniture for this house. I feel like a lot of the reasons why I wanted to rush so much of that process is because I see all these like completed houses online, or for example like gym clothes. I always feel like I need more gym clothes, and when I realized that I couldn't post these things, I think it took away a lot of that like itch of wanting to have more stuff. Shit. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. It took away a lot of like that itch to want to have new stuff because I couldn't like, I guess, show off or like share it. Or I don't know if it's because like you feel like, oh, I can't post this like gym outfit again. I've already posted it like 5 times. But then it kind of just made me realize like how many more things I have than I need. Like I don't need all these new bags or whatever. It kind of just made me like a minimalist within like a week. It made me feel like, okay, like I actually don't need all these things. I just feel like I do because I want to post it to like fit in or look cool or whatever. And now that I can't do that, I don't need these things. Like you kind of just have like a realization moment of like, this is now what's going to make me happy. And to kind of like expand on that, I really wanted like this specific bag for a while now. I had been like postponing getting it because I knew it's not like a really important thing. I was like, okay, like whenever I get it, I get it. And I also like assumed my boyfriend was just gonna get it for my birthday because he's the best. And so I was like, okay, whatever, like it's out in the air, I'm sure I'm gonna get it for my birthday. But then when we were deciding to move, I was like, you know what, let's not even like spend money on any extra stuff. Like we're gonna have a month crossover where we're paying 2 rents at the same time, which is, it's a lot of money, girl. And just other like moving stuff, like your deposits, your like cleaning up the house, you're moving in, like so many things are happening. So I was like, you know what, I don't even care about that stuff anymore. Like my biggest wish was to move. Like let's just focus on that. The rest is just like afterthoughts. Like I don't even care about that. That was just like pre-moving desires. And he still got it for me. He still got me the bag, and it's so gorgeous. Like I wanted it. It's not like this extravagant, it's not like this huge bag or whatever, but it's a bag I really wanted. It's like an everyday bag that I felt like was missing, like a staple for my wardrobe. And you know, every day that I would have to go out before, I used to think like, damn, if I just had this bag, like it would be so perfect. Like it would go with everything that I need to go with. Like I'm missing this bag from my closet. Like it's like such a staple little piece that I need for my everyday, errands. And then after I got it, like obviously I am so happy to have it. And I like look at it in the closet. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to like go to more places and like wear it and stuff. But you realize just how short-lived that dopamine like reward lasts in your brain. Even with the moving, like you think in your brain that you're gonna like feel this like moving like momentum or like, I don't know, like this huge like shift. And you do for like a day or 2 or 3, and then it's like, okay, like it's normal again. Like everything in life becomes normal so fast, like too fast. Like sometimes you just want to milk that like new feeling or that feeling of like whoa for a little longer. Like you just want to bask in it. And I don't know if something that I can like practice doing more, that maybe I just haven't learned yet, but it kind of just really reminds you like everything that you're wishing for, whether it's like I really wanted to move, I really wanted this bag, I really wanted all these things, and I want like all this furniture that I need for the house, and I have all these desires like rugs and freaking curtains and little decor pieces and new TV and a TV console and etc 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 etc. And when you get the new thing, you kind of realize like, okay, this was fun, and then on to the next thing. And it's like that all the time. It's like an endless loop of desire, achievement, and new desire. And because it never ends, it's like a forever mosquito bite. Okay, that's like what desire feels like. It's like a forever mosquito bite. Like you itch it and then it just keeps itching and it keeps itching, and you itch it and then it just keeps itching and it doesn't freaking go away. And so I think more than like always just trying to like feed that new dopamine itch, we have to like learn to like focus on the fact of where we are now and just like bask in it a little longer and stop worrying about like, okay, I could like post this, or okay, I need that other thing. Like, I just moved in literally a couple of days ago. Hasn't even been a week, maybe been like half a week today. And it's like, I'm already so worried about furnishing and all these other things. And it's like, what if we just like sit here a little longer and absorb this new energy a little longer? If guests come over, they're gonna understand that you just moved in. Okay, this house doesn't need to be furnished today or tomorrow or next month or anytime. Like, you live in here, you should be happy with, okay, you should be happy with your circumstances and how you live and just the feeling that you have. And I feel like a lot of the times, obviously, we do want things for ourselves, but a lot of the times we do want things for external like validation. And I can't even like fully shit on it because obviously we're humans and we're social beings, and society and hierarchy matters to us on a deep level. And I feel like it's almost like a disservice to just feel like, or to say and pretend like, oh, you should just never care about like what people say or where you are or this or that. Like, I feel like socially, where we are in life kind of does inspire new momentum within us, and it just inspires like bettering ourselves and expanding ourselves. And I think there's like a healthy balance, and I don't know if I've achieved it yet, but I know that getting off of social media has just kind of made me realize how much of my desires are my own and how many are like, you see so many things online, like people have like 100 pairs of freaking shoes, or so many like perfume collections, or their house fully furnished, or they're on a trip and you're not. And when you stop seeing what like Susan from elementary school and Amanda from middle school and Hannah Montana from high school are doing all day long, and if they went and got a smoothie, or if they went to the gym, or if they had a good day at work, or if their man got them flowers, or if they're on a trip, or if it's their birthday, or if it's their anniversary, or if it's their kids' third day in school today, like when you stop seeing everybody else's life all the time, you kind of like have no other option but to like look at yourself all day and obsess over your own growth and your own joy. And you really realize how many of the things that you think make you happy only make you happy because you can share them online. And I wasn't much of a online sharer to begin with. Like, it's not like I post a lot anyways. I barely post. But even just absorbing other people's posts like cluttered my brain. It feels like clutter. There we go. Clutter. That's the perfect word. Like, getting to watch people that you know, or that you kind of know, whatever. Like, getting to watch other people live their life all day long, every day, feels like clutter in my brain. And anytime that I have to re-download the app to go post something or whatever, I find myself scrolling for even just a couple minutes, and I feel my brain feeling sad like instantly, just from watching other people be doing things that I'm not doing. Like, I instantly get sad even if I have all this awareness and whatever. Like, I still feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not thriving in this area. And it's like, I could just be focusing on the fact that I'm in this place and I've wanted to be here so long, and I manifested it and it's so perfect and it makes me so happy. But then when I open the app and I see somebody like on a trip, or somebody like at this really nice restaurant, or somebody like hanging out with their friends, going to the beach, I'm like, oh, I wish I was doing that. I wish I was doing that. I wish I was doing that. And it's like, I know I actually wish I was doing this, but because I'm staring over there at what you're doing all the time, I have no option but to compare myself. Like, comparison is just inevitable when you look at other things. Like, you're looking outside and it's raining, you have no other option in your brain but to think, oh, it's raining, instead of it being sunshine, right? Like, you were comparing. Like, that's just what your brain does. It analyzes and it compares. Okay, like when you're having a dinner, you're like, oh, I feel so full, I'm no longer hungry. Like, you're always like kind of like teeter-tottering between like what you have and you don't have, or like what is and it isn't. Like, oh, it's nighttime, like you understand that it's no longer daytime. And when you're watching people doing things online, like if they're hanging out with their friends or at the beach or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm not at the beach. I'm not with my friends. I'm not blah, 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 blah. And that's why, like, I don't really know how I'm gonna, like, balance the two. Like, I feel like obviously I know what it's like to be on social media every day, all day. And I know I don't like that. And there's also a part of me that doesn't enjoy never seeing anything online. But I don't know what the balance is because every time that I do open my phone, I feel sad. So it's like, am I supposed to ignore the fact that I get sad every time that I open my phone and like check what other people are doing? Like, am I just supposed to not act like that's what's going on? Like, just for the sake of maintaining like a social presence? Like, I wish I could just have somebody run my online accounts, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know if that's what I wish. I honestly, I guess I haven't had long enough time to fully understand and reflect. I don't know if it'll happen like anytime soon or if that's just going to be like part of my life journey as like a human in this new day and age where we have like so much social access. Like, I don't know if it's just part of like what I have to figure out and explore. And it's not like such a big problem. Like, what a blessed problem to have. Like, what a freaking first world country. Is it considered first world or third world? Wait, is it like, I need to look this up. I don't want to sound dumb. I think third world. Yeah, I think like third world is like when it's like a bad situation. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They're like developing countries with less developed industrial base. So I think we're like a first world country. Please don't quote me, okay? I have the right idea. I just don't have the right term to match. I think we're a first world country. I think we are, okay? Whatever. You get the point. The point is, this is such like a easy breezy cover girl problem to have. Like, you know, healthy. I have a great life. Like the fact that my problems are like, how do I balance social media and personal time like a little better? Like, okay, relax, you know what I'm saying? Like people are dying, Kim. People are starving. Whatever. But I think obviously like it is a real thing that affects us. Like, even though it may not be like the biggest problem ever or the most serious thing you've ever heard of, like I think we can all relate to the fact that social media is a big part of our lives and that it does affect our mood and our well-being. And regardless of like the severity of the problem, it is worth exploring and understanding like how to balance it. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's not like, I don't know, life-changing or like political or I don't know. And actually it is freaking life-changing because you can literally lose your life and not like lose it like that, but you can also. But I'm saying like people waste so much time, including myself, like on social media, on these apps. We do so many things and don't do so many things because of the perception of other people that see us on these apps. Like, you might not want to start that new business or, I don't know, stop that old business or be like, I don't know, break up with your partner or all these things because you know that people online will know. And it's like, come on. But it's true. Like, it is true. We are social beings and we exist in an online platform as well as like on like as well as in person. And to act like that's not true and to not like assess it and to not think about it and to not dedicate it some time to exploring it, finding like a healthy balance is a disservice to all of us. Like, life is about balance, whether that's like balancing your relationships or your food or your screen time or anything. Like, life is about balance, and I don't want to like tell myself that it's not important to like find balance in this because it is. I'm just saying, obviously, like you don't have to be like, Wendy, this is such a stupid topic to be dedicating this much time to. But I don't think it's stupid because I do know that when I spend a lot of time on these apps, like I said, my days don't feel as happy. I don't feel as fulfilled. I lose a lot of inspiration, and I need to like find what works for me. And if any of you have figured out what works for you, please let me know. Whether you want to comment it down below or you want to send me like a private message, I would love to hear it because it is a topic that I'm really interested in and I'm not really sure how to navigate it yet. I just know that being on these apps makes me unhappy, and not being on them at all also makes me unhappy. The one that makes me most unhappy is being on them, but feeling secluded from society doesn't feel that good either. So I have to be honest about that. Okay. And with that being said, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode. I know it's kind of like an incomplete research, but I feel like a lot of research is like that. Okay. Like even medical research, like you know what you know and you don't know what you don't know. Okay. I don't know how deep that is, but you get what I'm saying. Like I'm trying some stuff out. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about like the social media stuff. Where's my place in it? How do I balance it? Where do I belong in this like social media space? And I want to be like more vulnerable and more real on camera. I feel like it's hard sometimes to find that balance, like with the persona that you want to show online versus like who you really are. And I think I'm only gonna like find that true balance with posting more and just not missing any weeks. And I feel like now that I'm moved in, I'm done taking little breaks, okay? Unless I have like a life crisis or I'm sick or something, but we're not planning for that, okay? I can't wait to get back to podcasting every single week, a little bit more consistent and just seeing where it takes me. I am really excited. I'm so happy to be moved in. I'm so excited to be figuring out this social media stuff because it is driving me crazy. And I hope that this video inspires one of you girls to give it a try. Okay, like just delete it for a couple of days, see how you feel. I feel like we don't often like give ourselves the respect to see how we would feel if we weren't comparing ourselves all day, every day to everybody else online. And I feel like a lot of times we don't realize that we are comparing ourselves all day, every day because you're always doing it. Kind of like when I used to be eating like processed foods all the time. I never knew how good I would feel when I started eating whole foods and taking care of my body better and understanding what I'm eating. I never knew how like clear and perfect my brain would feel and what I was missing out on because I had never not had processed foods all the time. And so that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of us don't know really just how bad these apps are to our brain because we've never like not really had them for days or weeks. So anyways, I urge you girls to give it a try if you haven't already. Let me know if it kind of helps you at all. I know it's definitely helped me, and I'm still gonna be exploring how to balance it better, and I'll give an update whenever I feel like I've made some progress in that area. But for now, I hope you all enjoy this episode, me on the floor with all my moving stuff. I can't wait to like build this new room and have the new podcast room in the house. I'm so excited. But anyways, I'll see you girls next Wednesday. Next one is gonna be a fun one because I'm gonna be filming something cutesy with my family that I'm gonna see this weekend. Okay. Well, I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this crazy episode. On the floor, super intimate or whatever. Anyways, okay, I'm rambling now. Love you. Bye.